I've been using FL Studio for the past 5 years. Today I'm gonna see if I can transfer my skills over it in under an hour. First I gotta make the beat in FL. Alright, so now I'm gonna switch over to Ableton. Got a fresh new project and we're gonna try and figure out how to recreate the exact same beat. I got all the screenshots, so it should be pretty easy. So this beat took me like 24 minutes to make. My only experience in Ableton so far is installing the plugins, because obviously I can't use any native FL plugins. That's why I use this synth VST, which is over 82% off on Plugin Boutique. They have a whole September synth month sale going on right now. You can get huge deals and stuff like Massive, the Waves bundle, and a whole lot more. Check out all those deals in the link below. You gotta switch over to this view, so I just got that down. If you nudge this, you can change the BPM 142. I don't know if I have to delete this, but I think I'm just gonna drag it here. Alright, so that worked. Pretty much the same as FL. There were actually 2 more plugins included with the bundle. This main synth one was just actually too good. It had a crazy amount of pads that were like really nice, so I just went with this Goosebumps pad. It's what gave it like this really dreamy trap vibe. So now this is where it gets tricky. Double click this and then drag it. We're just gonna copy the exact same notes that we had in the FL version. First of all, the zoom on this is crazy. I just want to make the piano roll bigger. G. Oh, it loops for 1 second. Why does it loop? Okay, so this is an issue. Gotta ask my girl how to stop. Turn off the loop switch. Bam. So this is already way better because I got a bigger piano roll now. So the notes were just D5, G5, A sharp, and there are 3 quarters long. How do I highlight everything? Control C. I'm gonna just do, how do I just go here? Control V. Alright, cool. So that should work. So usually now I just copy this over, just right clicked and press duplicate. Alright, so it's pretty much the same as FL. I just mix another one. How do I open up the VST actually? This is a bit of an issue. You gotta click the wrench and that opens up the VST. Alright, that's good to know. That's good to know. Next, I just want to like some dark arpeggio. So I got this dream saw right here. Alright, so now we can just delete this. It's the same notes. Started out with D5, so we at D4. I ain't gonna lie, this piano roll is already pissing me off, bruh. C. Alright, so you can use Alt for the vertical. It's kind of useful, but I can't see the notes now. So like, what's the point? Oh my god, bro. Alright, so that took way too long. I'm not gonna lie, this piano roll is so bad. Control V. Thank God that's over. Other than the clanky piano roll, it's not too bad so far. Alright, so now we can just duplicate it again, do the same exact thing. Then I just wanted some keys. I got this talking heads. Just a bit of ear candy. Damn, it's really the piano roll. The piano roll is just so much better on FL, I can't lie. You kind of have to get used to looking at the notes on the side here. So like G7. Highlight everything. See, it doesn't even like drag to the other part, which is annoying too. This keyboard is really the big thing, I can't lie. Control C, Control V. Alright, so now I'm just gonna duplicate it one more time. I will say I am kind of getting the hang of it. Then just for the accent bit, I got this really basic lead right here. Just add to the bounce. Alright, so now that we're done with that whole tedious process, if you go back into FL, you can see that I actually lowered the volumes of a lot of the sounds, and I even made the main pad like a lot more mono. So I'm gonna try and do that in Ableton as well. So for the first one, I don't even know where the mixer is actually. It should be here somewhere. I think this is track volume. Damn, so the volume is in dB, bro. How am I supposed to compute this? Gotta ask my girl again, bro. How to? Alright, fair enough. It gave me a little chart right here. I'm just gonna follow it. I went 57, 61, 50, 58. So I pretty much lowered it around 4 dB, 4.5. So I'm just gonna do that. So I think that's pretty good. It sounds pretty much the same. Now the issue is, how do I get this a little bit more mono? So I gotta go and find stereo separation for this. You gotta ask my girl again. Stereo separation. Alright, so I gotta open a device for this, which is actually kind of more complicated than I felt. Maybe I'll find it here. Audio, effects, and then I just go here, drag that on, effects. So I gotta find utility from audio effects. So the audio effects here, and then utility apparently. I'll just go here, the mono, and then I drag that into here. So in FL we have it at 72% merged, so 100 minus 72 is 28, so I got at 28% mono. So the melody actually sounds pretty good. It sounds really similar to the one in FL. Even though it's a little clunky, you know, I got the hang of it. I'm still learning. Got my new drum kit open here, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna drag the 808 into the audio area so we can see what happens. Yeah, nothing happens. So obviously audio is not the right one because I can't play the notes. So maybe just drag it into another MIDI. I think it just doesn't let me put one in Ableton. I gotta do this, and then I drag it into here. Convert audio to what? Oh my god, I don't know how to do this, y'all.
And then all I'm gonna do is just double click on it, and that's gonna put that hi-hat sound right here on track number 4. Make sure we click on this little headphone icon here, and that way we can hear the notes that we're playing.
Double click. All right, this is exactly what I wanted. And you can press those headphone things so I can hear the 808. All right, perfect. E and then C. Control C. Go here. Control V. All right, so up the velocity all the way. So let's see what that sounds like now. So it looks like they automatically added the cut itself so it doesn't go over it. We can just go here, duplicate, and then instead of that, we can just go into our hi-hats. I chose the clipped one. Then we'll go into here, and then this is actually kind of crazy because usually there's just an insert 2-step. We get our hi-hats. So let's see what this guy does actually.
You can also highlight notes and press Command D to duplicate.
Command D. All right, so C3 is a classic. You actually gotta do this in MIDI, which is kind of crazy. Control D, and it doesn't work. That's perfect. Honestly, that's perfect. Control D, 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 D. Alright, so I got a little triplet going on here. See, this is why this is crazy, because in FL it's just way faster. And then somehow I gotta be able to slice this. Oh, you press E plus click on the notes to split it. E. Oh, okay, that's actually perfect. Alright, so this is what I kind of needed. How do I make this even? Alright, whatever. I just gotta lower the velocities. You can't lower it the same easy way you do it in FL. You gotta go one by one, apparently. Alright, so I got the hi-hat MIDI done. Once again, kind of confusing. Wish I had a little channel rack to just spam, duplicate again. We're just adding the clap pattern. Should be pretty simple. So we can just click this, tap that to get that in there. Delete all this middle, control, and then control C, control V. Of course, never in the right order, but perfect. Alright, so that's actually not too bad. Then we can just copy it again and go into effects, go into the voxes, and we're gonna add a vox. And now we can just go here and we can just add that to C3 and then just copy that over, I'm pretty sure. And then all we got left is just a little open hat. So we can just go here, same thing. So I actually do the drums really quick. It's just the fact that I have to do it in MIDI and the fact that I hate the piano roll that really kind of made it complicated. There has to be a soft clipper on the 808. So I just want to listen to the original 808 pattern and just see if there's any difference. Okay, so apparently I was an idiot and I chose the wrong 808, but no biggie. You can go back into here and choose the winner 808s. Yeah, so you can definitely tell that the 808 on the FL hits way harder. There has to be a way for this to be better. Ableton. So the Ableton soft clipper sound apparently is the saturator. So what do? I just take that and drag that on there. And then what? Soft clip. Arrange like FL Studio. I'm just gonna highlight this, Control D, and then you just have to do it like this. Control D, 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 D. So I can just arrange this later. It's gonna take a minute. It always takes a minute, even on FL. But honestly, right now, the Ableton arrangement is actually kind of a little bit more fun than the FL one. You guys can see it took me an hour 23 minutes just to record the Ableton part of this video. I figured out how to do the MIDI stuff, how to get, you know, the drums going. So you probably can make a beat if you know how to use FL. Definitely need a lot of time to get used to the piano roll. The piano roll in FL seems way faster. Make sure to check out pluginboutique.com down below. The synth bundle I use is super cheap right now, along with a bunch of other deals. Make sure to check that out before the end of the month.